Live. Welcome back to the Treehouse. We have another fun show for you today. It's always fun the Treehouse every week. We have some special guests today. Some you might recognize, some you might not. We got Kayden Phoenix in the house. How you doing, Kayden?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really happy. I'm doing great. So thank you.
And we also have some newcomers to the comic game, but also to the show and new friends. Hopefully, we got. Would you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, you first. Ladies first.
I'm Chassity.
Chris Elston.
Awesome, Chassity and Chris. And if you're wondering, we are a team in all things. But I know people are gonna ask. People are gonna ask that. You know what I'm saying, Chassity and Chris. We got Mo Biggs saying hail the chat. Hail the chat. How you doing, Mo? And we got Pedro and Pack here. Um, Pack, do you have we have a surprise coming out for people because Elixir is going to be moving to Indiegogo real soon. We're holding off the date until it's going to be maybe the end of June, but that's kind of what's happening on that. Um, Kayden, what have you been up to since we last talked? We talked about you're doing cons, you're doing things. According to your Instagram, you've been very busy. It's one of my favorite things to do. I just see you all over Instagram.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, every Instagram's just free social media. It's free marketing, right? Because it is social media, but it's the whole world. Obviously, I have my demographics, but I've been really lucky. And so yesterday, that was just me playing around. But like it's just Pride Month, and so I had my Pride night. That was in Angel City. Those are my managers. We just went over the stuff. But like that one, that's at West Coast Urban Con. That was just this weekend. So really amazing. But what I've been up to, I've been just signing every weekend for like the last 2 or 3 months, and then I got one more month. Well, this month and next month, and then it's kind of like a little pause, which is nice. So everything up to Comic Con leads up to San Diego Comic Con. So I
San
like
Diego Comic Con, yes, and that's in July or August.
July 20th through 24th.
July 24th. That's awesome. I had a question because of course people, I don't know if people saw, but you do have a gold check mark there, blue check mark. So you're
Mhm.
obviously famous. You know what I'm saying? We all like you. Um, I was curious because you have a lot of. You also did like photo shoots. I don't know where they are.
Mhm.
Like all of these. Like, are you a model too, Kayden? Is that
Um,
you know what I'm
I am
saying?
not a model, no. Those, I mean, technically, I used to model, so that's an older picture, much older photo, and so I
Okay.
have those if I ever want them. Whenever I don't want to post a photo of myself, like today kind of deal, I'll be like, here, let's an older picture because it's easier and it's already done. And I have like millions of them. Um, so no, I do not model is my answer for anyone that thinks they're a photographer. So
Oh, curious. Yeah, I was just curious if that's what you do, like on the side. I was like, oh man, oh man. But yeah, the
thank you.
Instagram is bringing the fire. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Susie, are you there, Susie?
Hi.
Susie, how are you doing, Susie? Um,
Well, I was thinking about painting, but then I thought that's a little boring because you guys all watched me paint the other one, so I'm kind of. I have another thing I might work on, but it's not like I need to gather a couple things from around the craft room to do it, and it might be a complete failure, so
as
it'd be
as long,
interesting.
yeah,
That's entertaining too.
that's entertaining too. It's it's all good content. So for anybody who doesn't know, Susie is our resident cosplayer.
Oh yeah.
Trios cosplayer. She is create building a cosplay for the new character and new book coming out either next month or August. It's like a space cowgirl, and she's the sheriff of the moon. And we're learning more and more by her by what Susie's building. We're only inferring from the clues that she's building. So it's a fun kind of tease reveal going on there. But enough about that. We want to get down to business with Chassity and Chris over here because they have a Kickstarter campaign on, and you guys said this is not your first book; that this was your second book. Is that right?
Yeah.
First campaign,
Yeah, first
second book.
campaign. Yeah.
First campaign, second book. Well, what did you do on your first book? Did you just not know about Kickstarter? Like, what was the?
No, we were just we were able to just self-publish ourselves with our own funding. Even the book just on Kickstarter right now, Rabbit's Badass Song. That originally we released that last October. Issues 1 and 2. We distributed ourselves to like some local comic shops and on our website.
Yeah.
and we decided to go the Kickstarter route just to get a little more awareness and see if we can get some additional funding that will go towards the next issue.
Okay, so right off the bat, everybody's asking, how do you come up with this title? It's such a good title, Rabbit's Badass Song. Always give us a little bit of an insight.
It's actually a homage to I'm a big film fan. I love exploitation films, horror films especially,
Nice.
but blaxploitation films are, I have a soft spot for those. And Rabbit's Badass Song is actually a title taken from Melville Van Peebles' film Sweetback's Badass Song from back in the 70s. It was technically the first blaxploitation film. So that's kind of, that's one to pay, my homage to that.
That makes perfect sense to me. But it's also just very catchy of a title. I know it automatically pops out, and I'm sure to everybody else as well. But
that era was all about the catchy names, like Patrick Jones and the Casino of Gold and Dole, Mike, Superfly. So very, very cool, man. Nice pedigree there.
That's right. And we got Mo Big dropping that link. He's always dropping that link. And we're going to kind of see a little bit more. So this campaign, I think I saw it already reached its goal. So you guys are just flying high right now, with 8 days left. So you'll always see a little bit of a push at the end. And you also got this forward fund by Kickstarter themselves, which I always like to highlight. We have a friend, Christy Shin, who also got it. And DJ Lozo, who was on last week, got this forward fund. So it's good to see Kickstarter appreciating these stories by diverse creators, and helping out a little to push it. Do you know about this, Kayden, that they actually started an initiative? It was very recent. I think it was like February or March this year is when I first heard about it. But yeah, they kept it on the down low, but they're giving away these forward funds. So we didn't realize.
I didn't know until I saw it in my email, and I was like, "What is this?" You got to kind of slide it on the phones. Depending on how you look at your Kickstarter, the interface is different on each device. So I didn't really see it on the phone, but I saw my email. I said, then we looked at the goals. Oh crap! That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no,
I don't know what that is.
But yeah, it's just like, I think you just fill out a one of the surveys, and then they kind of just pick you, and so it's awesome. It's awesome. You love to see it.
Okay, I'll check it out for sure.
Kayden, when are you doing your next one? We're all wondering. Everybody's wants some more Latina superheroes in their lives.
So this is the really fun one. So this is the whole team. So I have La Brava Comics, which is Latina superhero team, and this one actually is the team. The ones prior were just origin stories of each of the characters. So this is when they become a team. They meet up, but it's their origin story of the team, and that's going to be in 2 weeks. Actually, I'm finalizing the video right now with my crowdfunding manager, and then you wait a week for Kickstarter to say yes, and so I'm going to say hopefully. But before the 20th, hopefully, for sure. But it's coming along, and I'll definitely be posting about it either way.
But. I can't wait. Let me know. I want to be the first backer, right, Kate? I want to be the number one backer. All right. So we have here Mobig dropping the Elixir mailing list, and I'll show exactly what we're talking about a little later, but I have it pulled up. It's cool. So I want to go back here to the Rabbits song here. So you got some cool bonus perks here, and so this is all black and white. What would you say? Is this a horror book, at its core, or is it a little bit more spanning all genres?
It's definitely a cross between genres. It's more like crime, revenge, but it slowly becomes more of a dark superhero story. I'm a huge fan of the manga Berserk. So it definitely follows that narrative, how it starts off one way, then it slowly becomes something much, much bigger. And along the way, there are little nuances and foreshadowing of what's to come.
Got it. I just by looking off this, I thought it was like based on The Purge, and that's why I felt like the horror element. But yeah, no, I get the genre smashings there. We got Sam Quinton with us today. How you doing, Sam?
I'm hanging in there. How are you glorious humans doing today?
Doing good. Let's see. General Piggy saying, "I see my elixir is on its way." That is right, General Piggy. We are almost there. We're almost at the finish line. I actually have a talk tomorrow with the one and only notorious Michael Bancroft, and we're gonna kind of see if we can kind of do something. Let me see here. So hail General Piggy over there. So back to this pop singer. So where does the rising pop star? Okay, so pop. This is separate. This is that's
the first story that we did.
All right. Oh, very cool. Very cool. And I'm curious about your writing process because your team writing process. How does it work? Is it because there's so many ways that I do it when I'm writing with people and versus myself? Like, what was the synergies that you guys had going?
So it's kind of complicated. But it's a little complicated. So usually he'll give me like an outline of what's supposed to happen in this issue, and then we kind of go through and like break it up together. You know, how we should pace the story. Usually into like the 3-act kind of structure, and then from there fill it in with all the details and dialogue, and then he does like the thumbnail sketches and everything for the artist. And did I get everything?
Yeah, I mean, yes, that's pretty much how it is. But to go into further detail with it, I have more of a film background, a comic book background, where she comes more from like literature background. She's very well read, so it kind of works out good where I can come in with the pacing and the visual aspect, and she can actually fill in with like the narrative and the dialogue, and just like flesh out the characters. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. So you know what? I bring it up because I just started something whack, and I'll explain it to you in a second with my editor. But just checking with the chat here. General Piggy saying, "Looking forward to Rabbit's badass song." That's what we like to hear. It's what we like to hear. But we also have Ollie, who's supposed to be on this panel right now, saying, "Where's my link?" And he's the one guy that it seems I did not send. It's in his email, but you know people don't check their emails. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to send it to you on Twitter, Ollie, if you're there. Ollie's an interesting guy. He just launched his Indiegogo, and we have to break down some mistakes or some interesting stories that he's done. He's been
Oliver, chequea tu email. Sorry, I said in Spanish.
But Ollie, I sent it to your Twitter as well, or your email. You can kind of take a look at that. But yeah, okay. So me and my editor, we were doing this thing where we're writing a second issue, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to both of us write our drafts or like outline the plots of what we want to do in a 3-act structure type way, and then we're gonna kind of do it separately and then bring it together and then try to synergize it to try to smash it. Do you think this is gonna work, Chassity and Chris?
We can. I mean, you did the most important thing. You guys got the structure down. So you just kind of was breaking, all right, start with the first act and just kind of compare, how they line up and what's needed. Because, a lot of times when we write anyway, a lot of stuff gets cut away. We rather have more to take away from not enough. Mm-hmm. But we work really fast. So usually we go through a couple drafts. By the time the artist gets it, that's usually like the 4th pass. And we always have the joke that the book gets made 3 times. It gets made when we write it. It gets made again when the artist illustrates it. And it gets made a 3rd time the letterer letters it. So
that is true. That is true. How long did this book take to make from initial idea inception to writing it to now when it's released, I guess finalized?
We've been working on the story for 10 years. We've got the entire thing planned out. It'll take about 10 years to tell the whole story. We got to be a 100-issue run, and that's it. And we can go on after that, but the story we want to tell takes place in that. It took about 10 years just from us doing other things, like, because again, I got a film background, and she went to school for film and graduated, so we did like a lot of like short films with different like people, because there's a pretty big film community here in Richmond. We always talk about doing the comic book thing, but the movie thing kind of took front importance. But after a while we decided the funds we got, let's put it into the comic book. But when we actually got ready to do Rabbit itself, the process didn't take that long once we got the right artists and stuff. So I say about a year when we actually got ready to do the book itself.
We got Ollie. How you doing, Ollie?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Sum it up. Yeah. So how you doing?
Glad you could join us. Chassity and Chris, if you have any questions about Hollywood or film, look no further than Kayden. Kayden Phoenix. She is she's a big proponent in diverse storytelling, but also, Kayden, are you currently live in Hollywood, right, or in California?
I live in East LA. I'm born and raised in LA, but I'm still here.
Okay. That's right. Again, Chris, what did I tell you when we started? The most diverse, geographically, everything. Panel, all of comic YouTube. So we definitely do. We got Amanda being saying Ollie's late. That is right. Ollie was trying to blame us for not giving him the link. I don't know. But how are you doing, Ollie? I heard that you just launched. And there's a story going on about you that.
What kind of story? I don't know.
Yeah. What have you heard?
Story.
It's false, guys.
Okay, so I heard that you launched an Indiegogo, and you can add 5 hashtags.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And out of all the hashtags you could choose, you did #sex. Can you explain?
I don't know, dude.
What was going through your head when you?
It's slip of the mind, I guess, man. Because I never type tags, honestly. If I did, it would just be comics and graphic novels. But what the hell, sex? I don't know.
Hey,
the rumors saying that I was chatting on Tinder, probably, but no.
Nobody knows what was going through
Ollie's
mind.
But yeah, dude, and we were shadow banned like for a day because of that tag. I mean, it's so stupid.
Remember, folks, like and subscribe to Oliver's OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
I'm already there.
There you go.
Yeah, me and Pedro are doing like a collab for next week. So
yeah, it doesn't involve dancing. But
no, man, OnlyFans pays for pages.
Hell yeah!
Don't doubt it. So Ollie's a very busy man in comics. You work with Aerith a lot. You're doing some dwarf things. You're doing some other things, but then you're also doing this. You're doing the Dead Stop Tour Terror. So okay. So we talked about you hashtagging sex. You don't even know why you did it, but you did it. And then can you just? And then do you know? It was funny because the legend grew because you were technically not. I don't know if it was shadow banned or ghosted. Like you did not appear on any search Indiegogo.
Yeah,
like,
dude. You had to. I guess you had to like click on the link directly for it to appear. But and it was weird that Brian was just searching the campaign on Indiegogo, right? And it didn't come up. And we were like, oh, okay, I know what it is, and I just edited a description in the campaign. But he pointed out that there was a word in the tag. Those tags, and yeah, they just changed it and reappeared like immediately.
Yeah, so, it's some trial and error, but it's good that you did it for all of us, Ollie. You took the bullet, you know what I'm saying? So we could all learn from your mistake.
Learn from me, kids. Learn from
like a comic book Jesus right there.
For
all of us.
So make sure you choose your words and hashtags very carefully.
I mean, if it's there, then why ban it? No, why?
That is true. Nobody knows why that. It's an option. You can choose. I think you can choose books or something, and you can choose #sex. It's something that you can choose. But
yeah, exactly.
It's a trap.
It is a trap. It is a trap.
They knew. So let me just touch base with. I'll pull it up because I already have Rabbit's Badass Song. Okay, so we have 2 books here. What is the coolest tier to get in Rabbit's Badass Song? Would you say, Chris?
Yeah, I like toys, so I would say the action figures.
Get the most expensive tier, guys. That's
right.
That's what it is. That's always the answer.
Show it again, Chris. Oh man.
Oh damn.
I made
damn.
Custom made. I made 5 sets. I made 1 black and white set that got sold the first day. But they come in sets of 2. There's 3 left. So
is that Kit Bash or original sculpt or what is that?
No, they're modified. I took like overfigures and remodified them with Sculpty and all that.
Oh, cool. That's awesome, man.
And she did the packaging designs and stuff.
Awesome, man.
You guys are toy makers or extraordinaires as well.
I love branding. I'm all about making
dude.
Stuff
you said toy maker, and I picture Geppetto like in the shop doing with a little hammer. Dude, awesome job, man. Awesome job.
The reason we made the toys because when we did when we did a lot of viral marketing for Rabbit last year, and we did a fake '80s toy commercial, and a lot of people said, "Oh, we can get the toys." Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it looks awesome. So, what tier do I have to get this toy? What tier are we looking at here?
I said, I don't. What is it, Chaz?
It's just the toy.
It's the toy. You have to scroll down.
Just where it says toy.
Yeah, it's one of the higher ones. I know it's like the.
Right there.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Custom toy sets. All right.
Oh man! Guess who's gonna get something? There's only two. No, there's 3 left. Okay, so there's only 5 of these ever made.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm signing. They're gonna sign a number, and that's it.
Talk about limited.
Yeah,
but
that's
if I can say just one more thing, every week we've been doing random giveaways as well for all the physical backers. So we put their names in like a basket, and they get a freebie, we have like a few misprint books and stuff. But after the campaign is done, we're gonna do one last one. We'll put all the physical backers' names back in the basket, and what they're gonna get. One person is gonna get this custom Funko Pop made a rabbit. Made one in existence.
Man.
So when somebody's going home with this. So
that's badass, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Took way too long to make it, so I only made one. I'm not doing that.
Way ahead of the game. You're way ahead of the game. I did for your first campaign. You've got it all set. You know what I'm saying? You got the goodies. You got the giveaways.
Susie brought up the hardware.
Yeah, we've got to always check.
Man.
Whoa.
How you doing, Susie? What is this? Can you?
Okay, so what is happening here is I have taken some Bristol board and I have turned it into like a heart shape that will be a holster. And I'm going to be trying to fasten some of this like really floppy faux suede that I have to cover it.
Looks awesome. And Ollie was a big fan. Ollie's been a big fan of you, right, Susie? Right, Ollie? So Ollie's getting to meet you in person. It's awesome. That's what we do here in the Treehouse. I just want to check in with the chat here because B-Rose is finally here. How you doing, B-Rose? We were having a lot of fun on B-Rose's show the other night, and Mo Biggs is bringing it back. As soon as you brought up sex on IGG, the new Baldo spokesman, B-Rose showed up in the chat. And then back to New Baldo only on IGG. Basically, there's some lore going on. If you guys don't know James, B-Rose and James have an intense, kind of feud going on. But basically, Michael Bancroft came in, and because B-Rose kept sound biting Bancroft hit back or clapped back with a photo of B-Rose, and I'll pull it up in a little bit. But it's always we get wacky in here.
I remember that.
We got Mobig saying fastening something sloppy in a holster. B-Rose, it sounds like a great opportunity for your Baldo pitch.
Yep.
Man, oh man, that it really does. It really does. Jesus Christ. We got Rich Ayala, Roach Balls.
Hey, Roach Balls.
Doing Rich. So Susie is making a Hollister. That's what she settled on. There were so many things she was playing around with, but then she wanted to bring out the big machine. She wanted to do something cool for us, and she's doing it. I'm super excited, Chris and Chassity, that you guys are doing your first book. When are you going to fulfill this, and when can we expect something more from you guys? You guys said you already have the next issue, maybe written. I think you had like 10 years worth of issues written.
Yeah, we're actually we've already started on issue 3. The cover stuff's been done, but as soon as this Kickstarter is over, we're gonna immediately go into production on that one, and that should be ready in about 2 months. The Kickstarter itself, we plan on fulfilling that within the next month. Because again, like issues 1 and 2.
We said August just to be safe.
Yeah, August.
We're really hoping
just to be safe, but we sooner. But again, the issue 1 and 2 has already been printed. We actually have that there in my room right now. Okay. So yeah, we're only got to wait on printing like some of the variants and stuff in the second printings of issue 1 and 2 that's in the campaign. So that's we're pretty much ready to go outside of that.
Oh man, you guys, I like a man with a plan, and you're that man, Chris. You know what I'm saying? You're that man. I just want to show what the Baldo was. If you guys are really lost here, it is none other than this man is known as B-Rose, right? This guy in the middle. And then this here is I believe it was called the Baldo, and it actually is. It's like one of the best-selling think it raised I think it raised like over 100K, maybe more on Indiegogo, and it was absolutely #sex. And then it was something that, again, now we call it the Baldo or Baldo Rose.
You're gonna get the channel struck, sir.
Well, we are not monetized, so I'm sure we're fine for now.
Don't take that road, Armand, please.
Yeah, please.
That's right. That is right. Well, we're gonna edit that out when we go.
This is a wholesome show.
We need to start
Our kids on this show. But yeah, just B-Rose, he's doing something wild, and he's changing the game too in his own right. So we got to respect it and appreciate that. All right. I just want to touch base with Kayden, because I already have it pulled up. That we talked about your superhero. You said it's coming up, your superhero universe. And what's cool here is because you basically made a almost like an Avengers type, like a shared universe of your own characters, which is a huge undertaking, but you did it, and now we're about to see them all come together. So there's 5 superheroes here, and
love the name
Santa.
Oh, cool.
Peter Ruka a la Brava, and then this one is a la Brava that's coming out. I guess all of them, right?
Yes.
You worked with one of my friends, Eva Cabrera, right, Kayden?
Yeah, Eva's amazing. She did Santa and Loquita, and she's, as you know, she's Eisner nominated and GLAAD nominated as well. And she just keeps, she does amazing work. She does the Archie comics for Veronica and Kim.
Yeah, she's cool.
So I got really lucky that she worked on my comics, honestly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so how did you approach this big undertaking of and where did you like know that? Was it like, I really want to tell one character story, one hero, or was it you like, I want to tell like 5 hero story, and then I'm going to kind of build it up in that way, leading up to this big team up in this universe? How did it start? You know what I'm saying?
The second, actually. So I wrote out, so I come from film, like you were saying, and so I'm a screenwriter, I'm not a comic writer. And so I wrote out feature-length screenplays. First one was the Jalisco, the first character with the blades coming out of her dress. And I wrote out feature-length, and I shot a sizzle because I'm also a director. And so like a short film. And so I showed everybody, and everybody asked me for the comic book. And that was the reason. And so every time I said, no, there's no comic book, there was not. And I don't come from comics, I come from film. And so this was in 2019. I was like, fine, I'll make a comic book because everyone thinks that this girl has a comic. And so, it just made sense. And I just pivoted over, honestly. I just had to research, how to make a comic, difference between comic and graphic novel, just really the basic stuff, because I don't know this world. But, in a way, it's still the same. It's still storytelling, right? It's still, still a collaboration. It's just, instead of moving stills or, moving frames, it's just one still, to get this line out or to get the movement out. And so that's the only difference. And so same thing. So instead of producer, you're an editor now, right? It's the same job. And so that's kind of how it all started. Every book is 6 months for me because I hire a lot of artists. And so, it's been going pretty well, pretty steadily since 2019, and then it was pandemic. And so, but they've been going. So I have 5 books out, and then I told you the next book comes out in a couple of weeks on my Kickstarter.
Oh man, we can't wait for that. And when you were building, but did you have the plan? I'm sorry, I don't know if you answered the question, but did you have the plan to do this team up in the beginning, or was it just like it just kept growing from one after another?
It just made sense. I don't know if I necessarily planned it. I know I wanted my Latina superhero, which was Jalisco, and then I was like, okay, if I create 5, I increase my chances that one of them will be on the big screen. And so, like, okay, great, there's 5 superheroes, so here's 5 origins. But it's like, if they're in the same universe, you might as well make them a team, right? Like little stepping stones in my mind trying to figure it out. And so I wrote them all out back to back like a few years ago. So now I'm just, not the artists are catching up, but now I have 4 books going, and now I have 5 books going at the same time. At the beginning, I just had Jalisco just as a test in 2019, and it did really well. And so I was like, okay, great, I can ramp up production as much as I can, because everything's in my pocket. And so now I have 5 books going, so it's really good. As I have my other universes are getting made as well now.
Kayden is a huge inspiration for me because I'm doing kind of the same thing, but all different universes. I have multiple projects running at once, and she's doing it very successfully, and she's doing it very well. So we're always excited to kind of see what Kayden's doing. Keep doing it, Kayden, because keep inspiring people like me. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. Ollie, we talked a little bit. We were teasing the Dead Stop, you know what I'm saying? Now we want to go full Dead Stop, a Reign of Terror. First of all, how did you come up with this name? Because that's always something cool.
Dead Stop. The name came from a brainstorming session with my brother. We and over here in Juarez, we do have our horror anthology that we published like a few years ago. So Dead Stop consists of the best stories from this, right? So we wanted to like package it for the American audience, and honestly, we didn't know how to. So we used the bus motif that it's kind of like the bus driver taking you to different stops, and it's a story at each stop, each horror story, right? So that's what we came up with. Dead Stop Tour of Terror. And it's all based in occurrences, urban legends, news stories from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, where I'm from. So yeah.
Again, Chris was not expecting somebody from Juarez, Mexico to meet somebody from Juarez, Mexico. Isn't that right, Chris?
Oh, really?
That's really
We're all over the place.
We're all over the place. You can't stop the treehouse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let's pull up this thing. You are halfway to your goal.
Yeah. It's been a bit slow, but I mean, it's I'm grateful that people are interested in this campaign. So
it's only been 1 week too. You know.
It's just it gets kind of like desperate. No, I want to get this thing funded like quickly, so we can just get everything out already. No, but yeah, it's taking its time. So it's little by little, guys. So.
Oh man, we recognize this little guy over here.
Yeah. I had to hit up Rich Ayala for a variant cover, and all those horror stories kind of fits with what Ayala's aesthetic. So I had to get him on for a cover.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah. You got some roach balls on the main cover. That's hilarious.
Yep.
But let me see here. Oh, we got Bancroft in the chat right here. What are the chances of a Brady Bunch sing along right now? All right, Chris, are you ready?
I need to know the lyrics, man. I forgot.
We can do it in Spanish.
We can do it.
Was it in Spanish, Pedro? I don't remember.
La historia.
Oh shit!
Una ruca que está más buena que el carajo. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, the Brady Bunch. It's like it's things we like to do here in the treehouse. Kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Hollywood Squares, no?
So let's go back here. So Dead Stop Tour of Terror.
Look at that.
So you are obviously 656, but are you the colorist or are you the main artist of this book? What's happening?
I'm actually like the letterer for this book and the cover colorist.
Okay.
And also the pre-press guy, and I wear many hats in 656 comics. I do illustrate too. I do draw comics.
No, I know. You do everything. That's right.
Yeah. But I'm more like the guy that cracks the whip. So.
Dario is drawing this book?
Oh yeah, it's Dario, man. It's mostly Dario's artwork. So he's the one who's a beast. Yeah, man. He's the one who drew Kryptonals, our last campaign that we just fulfilled a few weeks ago. And yeah, man, it's his original style. So let me show you.
Oh man, we got Brian, we got Arth saying kick Ollie. Oh man, Ollie, I'm sorry, my guy. We got it. Arth comes first. You know what I'm saying?
This is an original from La Llorona story.
La Llorona. There you go.
There we go. Let me just. Oh man, that's cool. I like these. I'm really curious into seeing some more of these, all ages horror stories. Like, I think it's very cool. I think it's.
Well, this book is not all ages, guys, because it's pretty.
It gets pretty dark. It's pretty dark in there, but I think that style is very cool.
Yeah. Actually, Dario has done children's books recently, so this style is very.
I had not a fight. I had a fun argument with a fun conversation with another comic book creator, and it's because I thought all ages was when I said Lost Magic was all ages, my first book. I thought it was because I had like a 9-year-old kid in the story to somebody who's like, and then all walked, all ages, and then like 30 to 60, people who were old.
Oh, okay.
That meant all ages, but he had to tell me no, because it's very violent. He's saying there's one sex scene. I was like, oh, okay, so definitely not all ages.
Yeah, that's not all ages.
Learned what that meant after, so very recently.
It's not all ages in terms of the characters, not in the story. It's for the readers.
It's so definitely learning and still learning that distinction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got B-Rose in this chat. I don't know what he's up to, but he's always lurking. Armand just committed a hate. I don't know what that means. But, calling it all ages, maybe. Rich agreed. Fizz had an all ages book. That it's possible. And then B-Rose
beware of that one.
He just being sus. Yeah, we don't talk about Fizz anymore because he apparently did a clown book, and then that's all the lore you need to know. It just never funded. Dude, all ages team on the book. That's
right. Oh man, poor Fizz.
Yeah. So very cool. So Dead Stop. So what is so this is so it just started. You have 3 more weeks. So when can people expect it to be printed and?
We're just doing a 30-day crowdfunder. So once we hit once the money comes in, hopefully we'll start talking to the printer and getting a dummy printed out and work on the kinks and all that stuff. Because this is the first time working with a Chinese printer, which I'm excited. And yeah, man, hopefully it's gonna be a quick turnaround. Hopefully before the end of the year or much earlier. But yeah, we're doing a die cut cover on this book, so that's really something new for us. And yeah, kind of scared of that because I wanted to make it perfect. And thank God the printer is holding my hand and telling me what to do and what not to do. So it's pretty awesome.
Personal's all about
China now.
Yeah, or do you guys have your printer in the U.S., Chris and Chassity? Is that what's happening, or
mix them?
Sometimes they do Canada. Sometimes it's
awesome.
There's like 3, they got like 3 different sites depending on the quantity I think it is you get.
Very cool. Rich is saying Fizz had the first all ages book that wasn't allowed on school property. This man is going in. Then he's saying hashtag only Winnie. Oh man.
Yeah, that's our contact in the printer, Winnie. That's her name.
So Ollie's going with Arith's group, and they have a direct connection to a nice printer going on there.
Yeah.
So if anybody needs printing advice, go to ask. I don't know where he is, but go ask Arith for sure. Kayden, have you heard about this printing disaster that's currently attacking the comic industry right now?
Absolutely, yeah. It's the paper shortage. I go overseas as well to China, from China. It's called Print Ninja, and I like to mix them, but they kept messing up my orders, technical stuff, and so I had to go to Print Ninja. But I do like them; they're actually very comparable in regards to the quotes, in regards to the prices with Print Ninja. But because I got higher quantities now, I go back to Print Ninja for that reason as well. No, I just got. So it depends what you do, Oliver. Like if you do on the ship. It takes an extra 2 or 3 months. It's a really long time besides the printing, but then it's just this and then it's custom.
No, the printing's quick because 2 weeks I think, but yeah, the boat thing it's what kills it. No, the waiting time and all that.
Yeah, so I pay extra for the airplane, so I can get.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so I get 700. I mean, it depends on obviously how many you're getting. I get 3K on my account, but if I get 700 or 1,000, just so I can get it, so I can make the con in time and I can fulfill Kickstarter orders, and then everything else is fine for when I have to wait the 3 or 4 or 5 months. That's
not a bad idea. Yeah, that's a good.
Kayden isn't playing around. She literally packs it onto an airplane and makes sure it gets there in record time. That's
because that takes a week, and so it's totally worth it. I mean, same thing. It raises your PPU, but it's totally worth it. For me, it's worth it. But that's just me.
That's the good advice. Thank you, Kayden. Very much.
We can all learn a lot from Kayden. You know what I'm saying? Kayden, you have to hang around us some more, impart some more wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
I got what you were saying about Mix'em though, because our first print run we did 3,000 of those.
Yeah.
For Mix'em, and we had quite a few orders not of the whole 3,000, like the test orders. That would just, yeah, it took a while to get communication right with them, but like once we got it, it was good.
They usually make it right though. They're for us. They the turnaround was pretty good.
Like I wasn't the only one to get a mistake.
But we know that's our laugh. He says, "Yes, we won't have some issues with mixing."
Yeah, mine were a few different things, like for different books, and it was just back to back to back, and I was just like, you guys just, for me, just aren't as professional enough. Their quality is good. There's absolutely great quality. But like one of them, they're like, oh, we didn't put the order through, and that was like a month later, and I was like, but I paid you and we approved it and all this extra things, and you just didn't put it through. Like that's your fault.
I got a question for you. Did you ever run into an issue with the bleeds with them on the
book?
Okay.
No. I know because my graphic designer takes care of the bleeds. I don't take anytime there's a problem, I send it right to her and she fixes it.
Oh, those like the pages were fine. They just cut it crooked.
Yeah.
For all the books, they just cut it like at an angle. Yeah.
So we had to get that fixed. Like it's weird because like they would approve like so let's say like we did like a second printing of one book, right? Same files. First time was fine, but for some reason they said the second one like these are off. Like these are the same files from the first one. What are you talking about?
Yeah. The only gripe I have with them is their customer service and the spine of those graphic novels that they never like fit properly in their upload template or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's just
we had to do 2 on ours because when we did the graphic novel, we ended up having to do the spine twice just to get like.
You did Perfect Bound? You did Perfect Bound, right?
Oh, yeah, we did. So this is one of the.
This is the stone one.
Yeah, it's actually all 3 issues 1 and 2 and Pop saying we did like a little mini, like a little compendium type thing of them. So. And we did oversized.
But I did have to do that file like 3 times to get it.
I'll just go into my little mix-em story in a second here. But Rich is saying I call her Winnie Pooh because we cool like that. He's talking about the person from the printer. And Rich shooting a shot for a discount. He's trying to get a sponsor. Not only himself, but maybe for the show. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we for the show. And then I was saying I call her mommy. That's true. It's always good to have the
mommy or mommy.
Print mommy.
Print mommy. There you go. It's always good to have somebody that walks you through it, and it's nice. So my problem with mixing. So I placed a large order with them, and then they came back saying basically like saying that they could not honor their online quote. And then they were kind of right. And then I was like, that makes no sense, right? But then I was like, okay, I need this now. I need this in a rush. A week goes by, and then they come back saying that they're like, okay, we'll get like a new quote due tomorrow. A week goes by, and then this is like after I already paid their online quote. Okay.
Yeah.
So then they come back and they're like, so this is actually what it's gonna be, and it was like I think whatever, like another $1,000 or something like that. Okay, whatever it was, and I was like, okay, fine. I'm like, let's do this. Just print it out. Let's do it now. And then so then I think everything's good. Another week passes, and then they come back to me saying, oh, that actually was the wrong quote. We have to use different payment, whatever they made up. So they were, then they were gonna raise it again, like another like $1,000 or something crazy, right?
Really?
And then I was like, this is just price gouging at this point. And I was about to say yes, but I was like, let me not do that. And then what I did is I called my good friend Pam over at Comics Wellspring, who I've used before. And then I explained, I gave like a little sob story. You know what I'm saying? You got to smooth talk these people. So I gave her a little sob story. And then she's like, all right, this is what we'll do. She gave me a quote. And then she's like, and it was already beating. It was the original quote for Mix'em. And then she's like, I'll give you 25% discount. You know what I'm saying? The power of smooth talking here. So then it really, so just the power of customer service. And now I'll always go back. Now, she knew what she was doing. Now I'll always go back. I never have a problem.
You thought you were doing the smooth talking, but really she was smooth talking you.
It's
he knows.
She was.
That's all greased up.
We have Aaron saying Mix'em messed up every time for me, then ghosted me, so went back to my Chinese sugar mamita.
These were the books that we did with Mix'em, by the way. So these were our last 2 campaigns, and they came out perfect, man. Great quality.
The quality is fine. It's just their service.
Yeah, I don't doubt the quality.
I think it just depends on who you talk to and makes them, because that's been our thing. Like some people, like they get it, they do it right. You got some, I don't know. It's just the communication is.
With me it changes every time. I get like a message and a different signature. Like who am I talking to now this time?
Yeah.
I guess I'll write names down. So give me this guy.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
What's our guy's name?
I can't remember his name. Ted or something. I can't remember.
Maybe. All right, we'll get back to. We'll wrap this Mixum stuff, this printer dilemma. But Aerith saying it's because Mixum is a broker, not a printer. Well, there you go. Aerith is a smart man too. If you got Aerith is a very smart man in terms of business and moving the industry forward. I feel like everybody here should get to know him a little bit. Armand not telling the part where he gave Pam a nice rub down. That is true. If Pam was near me, she's in Michigan, I'm in New York. But you know what I'm saying? I would not. You know what I'm saying? Let's see.
We'll all be at Armand's hearing when that goes to trial. So,
yep.
I keep telling you, Armand. 2 meters,
easy.
Sam works for the courts. He's a paralegal of some sorts, so he's a very by the law kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So B Rose is saying Mixum as a caca. I don't know exactly what that means. Pedro was.
Mixum.
That's French. For poop.
Okay. In Spanish would be caca. You put the accent in.
Okay. So Pedro has got the Spanish wrong, which in turn led me to getting it. I got it.
Yeah, it's
blame. Mixum sold drugs to my disabled cousin. Oh man, Mixum is not good people. You know what I'm saying?
But did he enjoy the drugs though?
Armand means touchy hands in Spanish. It means a lot of things in a lot of languages. So I do not doubt that could be one of them. You know what I'm saying? We got El Pedrino saying. Was up a little mama. That
will get you canceled, Pedrino. Behave.
Calma. Okay, so just to wrap up, he's saying I'm talking to Ollie. Oh man. So he just saved himself. You know what I'm saying? He just saved himself.
Touche.
Very good, Pedrino.
Well played.
So then basically at the end, one of the things that also bad taste in mouth with Mixum is after that entire thing, was that I talked to them about doing printing, numbering my books, right? And then the guy, like literally a month ago, he said, yeah, sure. I just have to get a quote. We just have to tell the printing team directly. And I'm pretty sure it was the same guy. I always talk to the same guy, Tim. Like a month passes, and then I call for this last time, and I'm like, oh, so you guys can do this. I just want this numbered. And then he says, no, we don't do that. And then I'm like, but you said we do it. You guys said you do it. And he's like, no, I nobody would ever say that. It never was a service we offered. I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, so yeah, so it was just like it was like a whole thing that basically ended up where I definitely won't use them anymore, but I think Sam uses them. So, and this is a great segue to Sam's what's it called? Book currently they just launched last night, right, Sam?
Which one? I've got 2 running right now.
That's right. Well, you got Necroholic. Let's start with the fresh one. You know what I'm saying?
Necroholic, man. Necroholic. We're on Kickstarter. We are like $820 away from our little goal on this. It is the story of a necromancer, and she has a little bit of a problem. She's a necromancer, and a bit of a drinking problem on top of that. So
but that's a secondary problem, you know what I'm saying?
When you wake up with a mostly empty bottle of whiskey in one hand and empty graves all around you where the dead got up because who knows what you were doing, some shenanigans ensue.
This is a very good premise for sure.
We launched on a short campaign for it. It's by Brian Lee, edit and published this. And our proofs are done. They are gorgeous.
Oh, you have it.
It came out perfect, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh man.
We're gonna be sending some of these proofs to our supporting retail locations. We're really, really very fortunate to be able to carry that. You'll have to bear with the inventory in the back. I got in most of my books for fulfilling 47 Furious Tales, and so I have had to reorganize a little bit. So when you get those shipments in and you have to unload them by hand off the pallet in your garage and pack them up 2 flights, doesn't always look neat.
Sam has a lot of books, but he also sells a lot of books. That's for sure. He in the indie community, I've never heard his numbers before, so it's pretty astonishing. But also,
which part? I mean, it's not the Kickstarter numbers; it's usually the retail numbers.
The retail numbers, yes.
The retail numbers are pretty good.
Kickstarter.
So yeah, like 47 issue 3, we had outside of the Kickstarter, we had 740 copies pre-ordered from supporting retailers, and I think we had just under 200 on the Kickstarter from supporting retailers. So I mean, we're moving a lot of that book. Those are going out. Most of those will go out tomorrow, and the rest probably.
He didn't even attack cons yet. He's a man. He's been doing it a while. He knows what he's doing. But also, Arath is saying, "Donde está links to L campaigns?" And that's a good question for Mo. Where is Mo Biggs?
Atrapa eso manos, man.
Mo Biggs is somewhere. He's somewhere. Get Frog G in this chat, Mo. If you
can't catch these hands if you don't post these links, bro.
That's right. That is right. If anybody has links that they want to post in the private chat, I will.
Here, I'll give you one.
In the regular chat.
Yep.
But again, it's maybe
that's Necroholic.
That is true. Is that a YouTube link, Sam? I'm not sure.
Oh, that's the YouTube link. Never mind. That's my bitching at Mix'em link. We can't.
You know what I gotta do? B-Rose.
That works too.
We had an argument earlier today.
Sam was grandfathered into some kind of business discount with Mix'em, so he's sticking with them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mo Biggs is clapping back, Aaron. He's saying, "I posted everyone's links. Scroll up, you lazy."
Mo.
And
there you go.
And that is right. You don't mess with Mo Biggs. And, you know,
Mo Biggs.
The saying
down the law.
The saying is that Mo Biggs is tough but fair. And I reversed that and I said, no, Mo Biggs is fair and fair is tough. You know what I'm saying? So
there you go. There's the Kickstarter link.
It's one of those things where I feel like let's see, Pedro can drop his OnlyFans if he wants. Pedro, if you
don't drop your OnlyFans, man. That's how you get your cover money.
Exactly.
Drop it in the private and I'll
there's no shame. I'm not dropping my OnlyFans here though, guys. You have to find it yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm ready. I lost some weight for COVID. So I'm ready for my OnlyFans.
Lost some weight.
So this is out of Necroholic too, and I thought this was kind of neat. This is not a photograph. This is actually drawn by our artist.
Oh, look at that.
Creator, Brian Lee.
He's a great artist, that's for sure. Nobody's doubting his artistic ability.
Absolutely fantastic work.
Is that the recipe for the drink beside it?
Yeah, there's a cocktail recipe in there too.
Very cool.
They took this alcoholic part, this necroholic, you know, they really dug deep. You know, another round coming soon.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm real happy to be publishing this. I'm really happy to have edited it, although it didn't need a lot of editing. Brian's a graduate of the Kubert School, like 90% of the teams that we put out for different titles, and so he knows what he's doing. He's pretty solid on it. We are going to make a few changes on the just how dark the print values are, but the other thing we're going to change is we have one of those nice little limited tiers that we are rapidly running out of. We have 13 unmarked gravestones that are available for backers, and so we're going to put backer names who support that tier on their tombstones. And I'm actually having one for myself. It's going to read, Sam, time traveler, born 1970, died 1860. So
that's right. I see you only have one or two of those left. Is that right, Sam? Got to get on the.
Yeah, I think we're like 3 or 4 or something like that. So
you got to get
only 13.
It's a very cool, fun tidbits like this that I think, it's excite the fans and the audience, and I think, and no one does it better than Sam.
And our tiers include shipping in the U.S. and the territories, so I mean, it's literally no surprise on the back end. We get that done and get that out. We're hoping to print about 4,000 copies of the main cover on this, so that we can cover the campaign, which should be a couple hundred, and then the supporting retailers right now. So,
just want to check in with the chat really quick because after Mo was like, everybody scroll up, right? And then B-Rose says, wrench me, Armand. And I actually did, B-Rose. I just wrenched you right now. If anybody wants to be wrenched, Mo Biggs, can you wrench people?
No.
He can't? I have to wrench it? Okay, okay. So I wrenched you, B-Rose, so you can kind of drop the links. B-Rose would be on here on the show a lot more, but he's at work right now. But he always, he's always listening. He's always lurking. My scroll wheel is broken.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
He cannot scroll up, and he can maybe only scroll. I don't know. Let me. B-Rose wants to let me link my OnlyFans.
Yes,
don't
indeed.
talk nonsense, B-Rose. I don't want to find your OnlyFans, sir, is what El Padrino is saying, and we all know what El Padrino means, right, Kayden? Does it mean the Godfather? Is that what that means?
Yes.
That was cool. And then let me see here. Big boys need love too, Mo.
And there's a market for that too.
Yes, we do.
B-Rose OnlyFans are just pic of James he took from inside his closet. So there's this there's some jokes going on where B-Rose is scared of James now, and he's hiding in the closet over there. We got good, I'm saving on funeral costs. Something's going on, something going wrong with Mo and Padrino over there. We got if it pays the bills, B-Rose is okay. B-Rose has a wrench. What even is life? Mo Biggs, if you don't want B-Rose to have his wrench, I will take it right back. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. Just let you know. So
poor B-Rose.
But it's something that if people ask, it's like I'm the Wizard of Oz, and I just like make things happen. So so very cool. So I think we talked a lot about a lot of things, and if we can just go around in a circle and say what you're working on currently and where people can kind of support you and back you, and then also where people can find you. So 3 things is what I need from you guys. And we'll go in a circle, and we'll start with you, Chassity and Chris.
Well, we currently have a campaign running for our ongoing series, Rabbit's Badass Song, story about revenge, gore, and fried chicken. As far as the links, I will, once this ends, I'll send the Linktree link in the description, and pretty much we're on everything. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that. And what was the third one? I can't remember.
Oh, was there a third one? Oh, where do people just Instagram? Do you have like social media people can follow you at if they want?
Yeah. Like I got my Linktree account. It's got all that. We're pretty much on everything.
We'll put in the description, and then you guys can find you guys easily. Do you who when I talk to the account Flash Delirium? Who am I talking to? Is it Chris or is it Chassity?
It's pretty much me. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Pedro. You got some topical magics for us. I feel like you got some magic. Is this book at the printer yet? What's happening? I need an update.
Oh, we're waiting on one little element, a cover, and we're ready for printing. Like everything's ready. Everything is all the files are ready. We only need to finish that little element, and we'll go to print right away. And I'm cracking the whip, and it's really awkward.
I know, Pedro. I know.
Yeah, it's really awkward. But yeah, Tropical Magics, back it on Indiegogo, is in demand. It's fully funded. We're ready to print. And right now, I'm animating trailers. I'm upping up the ante. So I can't really show anything yet. But yeah,
I've seen it, and it is good. This man is competing with some big animation studios. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, dude, a lot of really cool animation coming.
Kayden, if you want to talk, you should talk to Pedro about some Hollywood stuff. I don't know. But Kayden, where can we find you? And what you said, and let us know.
So I have Latina superhero graphic novels. This is the first in history of the first Latina superhero team. It's not out yet. It will be at alabravauniverse.com. We'll direct you to the Kickstarter, but that's going to be in 2 weeks right now. It'll direct you to my website, which is latinasuperheroes.com. And you can find me on my Instagram is Latina Superheroes, or my name is Kayden Phoenix, and that's another Instagram as well.
Just because you said it, I have to say that is true. That was a big part when I met you. I was shocked, but this is the first ever Latina superhero female team, and I was like that blows my mind. But then we talked about Miss Marvel herself is only 10 years old or something. She's a very relatively new character in the canon of Marvel's MCU, and I was like that's shocking. And then you're upping the ante, Kayden. You know what I'm saying? You're upping the ante, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Susie, where can people find you? And actually, what was there an update for us? What do you have?
Oh yeah, there is. The experiment was relatively successful, so we have.
Is that real leather?
No, this is a fake leather.
Oh,
just some scrap I had around.
Suede.
But yeah, it's like a faux suede, which is why it's floppy and it needed to be backed. But
cool.
It's semi-convincing now, and that's the important part.
I'm fully convinced.
That is super true. And where can people find you, Susie? Is it as simple as your nickname down there, Susie Cosplays? Is that simple?
Sure is. That's how you find me on Instagram and Twitter, except I'm really, really quiet on Twitter. I almost never go there. And you can also find me on Etsy at Bits of Tomorrow 3D.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't even know what 3D printing was until I had my first conversation with Susie, and then it just blows my mind. But as you guys know, lots of things blow my mind. But it's a learning world. You know what I'm saying? Sam, what have you got for me?
We're working on tons of stuff. We've got 2 campaigns running right now. Necroholic on Kickstarter, which is done. We're going to be shipping that in July. We have Reign of Ages, an Indiegogo exclusive cover for issue 1 that has a Virgin variant exclusive by Nick Capone. We are flexible on that, whether we have 9 backers or 900. We're fulfilling, whatever. We're at, I think we set for the minimum, but we didn't have a lot of good interviews scheduled because I had to reschedule where I was sick in April. But we're at about 50%, about 250 or so, somewhere around there, and 19 days to go. We'll probably run about 2K on this one, I think. Get it out to people, and we are limiting that specifically to the number of backers and the artist comps. And that's it. That's all that's ever going to be. I do not reprint covers on floppies.
And Sam is a man of principle, that's for sure. When he says something, he cannot go back on it.
Yeah, because everyone's going to hold you accountable, especially yourself. We are working on Reign of Ages issue 2, which will be done by the end of this month. With the pencils, inks will be done by July 6th. We'll be launching the first week of July, fulfilling in August. We're working on assembling the team for Dungeons and Dames 2022. Which is a project we do to support the artists that we routinely work with. We produce an art book that is themed for RPG fantasy pinups, and then we print absolutely as many as possible with Sinopa, covering like the copyright fees and all the trademark fees that we did when we established a trademark. We fulfill the campaign and then equally distribute the remaining product through all of our supporting team members. So they have plenty of merch for taking to their convention appearances and for sales on their respective stores.
Sam
It's
is all about
really good job for artists. Then we have 47 Furious Tales issue 3, which I am
that's
in
being
the process of shipping out tonight, tomorrow.
That was Sam's Mixum argument he was having this morning. But
yeah, I was having to mix some argument. I'm normally very
don't go to Mixum, you guys.
This is literally the only time I've ever had a problem with Mixum. And I'm still waiting on some books that they asked me to send a picture of. And so I made a video and sent them the video and explaining that I can't send them a picture of stuff I didn't get.
All right. We got Mo Biggs. We got Mo Biggs up in the chat. I just want to Armand, although you can't tell from all the links, it appears that B-Roll still has a wrench. Take care of it. Oh man, I'm gonna unwrench him right now. You know what I'm saying? When Mo Biggs speaks, you gotta listen. I listen to that man.
But we are we're doing that. We're doing Moonlight and Mad Men, TTRPG 5th edition source book. We hope to get out this year if our art team can come together at the schedule we need. And then in development, 3 other comic titles, and looks like we're targeting for 8 comic floppy releases in 2023 and another 3 RPG books.
Mo, thanks for listing all these links. I will add them all to the description of this video. And B-Rose of Color saying, thanks for all the help with the links, B-Rose. And that was all Mo Biggs. You know what I'm saying? He said, de-wrench that abomination, Armand. And
I want to say something too. I gotta say, Oliver, man, I am jealous of the barber you've got, man, because he has got you hooked up. I'm gonna tell you, my barber quit after he got COVID, so I'm just like, oh man, I'm back to cutting my own. And I'm telling you, I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous, so jealous.
And we'll get to you in a second. Sure. Saying, no wonder Lady Bureau's turned to the arms of James. That is not. I don't think it surprises anybody. You know what I'm saying? We got Mo Biggs also just throwing on all these links. I'll put them all. Thank you so much, Mo Biggs. Just taking care of the oversight. I just want to throw out there that I didn't know that Frog G actually goes on streams, and then he's gonna come on this show. In the next coming weeks, we can plan it out. But yeah, he is a mod of the show, and then but he's in and out. You never know what Frog G's gonna do, but he is a guy with the links. Let's see, Ollie, where can people find you? What do you got for me?
I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Olie656. Also, my crew, 656 Comics, everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Currently, we have our campaign Dead Stop. Only 30 days. We're gonna fund for 30 days and probably going demand, but because we have a lot of stuff to do, man. And currently, as colorist, I'm working on a ton of books. Coloring Dwarf versus Lion, Cerebrum, which is coming up next from B Rose.
Cerebrum. Oh man.
What's the other one? Dude, so many books.
Always a busy man.
Three Nights, 4 Days by Micah Curtis. I am also coloring that one, the second edition, and hopefully Pedro is gonna hit me up for some color work.
Yeah, dude, I'm
always a busy guy. Got to get on his wait list at this point. You know?
Yeah, as a wait list. I contacted Ollie a while ago, but
okay. As we're gonna kind of wrap it up. I just want what I would like to do is I would like Chris to go around and say where each of us are from. You know what I'm saying? Do you think you can do that, Chris?
Okay. New York. I know she's from California. He said it earlier. What was it? I can't remember.
I know. I can help you.
Central America.
You can phone a friend.
More specific, man.
You can only phone a friend one time, though. Are you sure you want to use it on Pedro? That's the question. You can phone Kayden if you want.
I only know one person, so that you haven't said yet.
Florida. See, you should ask Chas a question. I'm terrible at remembering these things. You want to take over? Because I suck at this.
What do you got, Chassity? Where you got me from New York? You got Kayden from California.
Well, Tyler's from Florida, right?
Who? Pac?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pac is from Florida.
Yeah, Pac's from Florida, yeah.
He did leave us silently. He made a comment.
And I know that Pedro is not from Venezuela because I remember that conversation.
Well, that's good enough. That's good enough.
Because that's right. Because I thought it was. All right. What? Could you want to take a gander and a guess for the remaining characters of Ollie, Sam, and Susie over there?
No.
Susie, can you give us a little bit of an accent? Can you say something that's like very from your area that people recognize?
Well, a lot of people I've played video games with think it's really funny when I say things like house or out.
Is it Canada?
That's right.
Canada, yeah.
She's good at this.
Okay. What about Ollie? Where do you guess Ollie is from? And it is from the different place as Pedro, so that should be.
I remember, it was Mexico, right?
Juarez.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right, that's right. All right, you got Sam left.
Sam, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll give you a hint. I can't go back to Mexico. It's not since the 90s. So
that's very vague, dude.
I know.
There's lots of reasons. So
what did you do?
Sam was a law-abiding citizen.
I am a law-abiding citizen, but I wasn't always a paralegal.
That's right. So.
But I can't go back to Mexico.
It is in the Midwest South state. Best way to describe it, from New York at least.
Where we are or where we're from?
Where you are, I guess, right now. I thought it was the same, but
No. I've lived or worked in 48 states.
Colonel Sanders maybe is a help. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Colonel Sanders helps.
Kentucky.
Now I'm hungry.
That is right. You got it.
I'm in Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Right now, yeah.
Colonel Sanders. I mean, that's
And
now,
you guys are.
anyone want to take
a
wild guess where I'm actually from?
Texas.
Anyone else have a guess?
I would guess Ohio. Sam, are you from Ohio?
No.
Utah.
No.
Okay.
So tell us, Sam. Let us know.
I'm actually from Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double I's, double P's. Something tells me Sam's from South Korea.
And that's hilarious. That's probably
For good fit.
What?
No, you'd know if I was from South Korea.
And of course, you guys are both in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
We know that. And do you guys grow up there? Well, tell us a little bit, and then we'll end it.
Well, I was born in D.C., but I primarily grew up in Virginia. She's a Carolina girl.
Yeah, I'm from North Carolina.
Oh man. We get everywhere in the treehouse. You know what I'm saying? The treehouse is inclusive to everybody. We all get in here. We got Pedro saying Zam. All right. the way I like to end this is, Kayden, can you look in the camera and tell people to subscribe? You know what I'm saying? They don't listen to me, but maybe they'll listen to you.
Sure. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. And please subscribe.
Awesome. And we got one person saying the last word, and that person is going to be by random. It's going to be Ollie. Say the last word, my guy.
That's tough.
Perfect.